We have all grown up with this idea drilled into our heads that the magic number is 8 hours of sleep every single night. It's supposed to be the universal truth, right? But is that really accurate? Or is it just a rule of thumb that doesn't fit everyone? Let's find out. All right. Tonight I'm doing something that goes against every piece of sleep advice you've ever heard. I'm only going to get 4 hours of sleep. That's it. Tomorrow I'm going to find out if I can still function, feel sharp, and maybe even thrive. So here's the deal. Most of us have been told that anything less than 8 hours is bad, and anything more is unnecessary. But when you look at the science, it's way more complicated than that. Some people swear they can crush their day on just 6 hours. Others claim they need 10 to feel normal. And then there are people like me, who wonder if all of this is really just one giant myth. The truth is, sleep needs are highly individual. They depend on your age, lifestyle, health, and even your genetics. For example, newborns need around 16 to 18 hours of sleep. Teenagers, thanks to their developing brains and bodies, need more than adults. And older adults? They often settle into 7 or so hours. So why are we still obsessed with the 8 hour of sleep rule? Maybe because it's simple, but simple doesn't always mean accurate. Now let's talk about what happens when you cut your sleep short. I'm talking about sleep deprivation. You know that sluggish, foggy feeling when you wake up after staying up too late? That's your brain literally struggling to function. Long-term sleep deprivation can lead to cognitive decline, a weaker immune system, and even higher risks of diabetes and heart disease. Not fun. But here's the kicker. Too much sleep can also leave you feeling just as bad. Oversleeping has been linked to fatigue, headaches, and even mood issues. So it's not just about the number of hours, but about the quality of those hours. And that brings us to the idea of sleep cycles. Sleep isn't just one long block of unconsciousness. It happens in stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. Deep sleep is when your body repairs itself, your muscles recover, and your immune system gets stronger. REM sleep is when your brain sorts memories and processes emotions. If you cut your night short, you are not just losing time in bed, you are stealing time from these crucial stages. That's why sometimes you can get 7 hours and feel amazing, and other times 9 hours still leaves you tired. It's about cycles, not just minutes. So here is what I am doing tonight. I am only going to sleep for 4 hours. No naps, no cheap coffee overload tomorrow morning, just 4 hours. And when I wake up, I'm going to track how I feel, physically, mentally, emotionally. Will I be able to film, edit, focus, and get through the day? Or will I crash halfway through and prove that the 8 hour myth actually has some truth to it? Stick around, because I'll share the results tomorrow morning. Quick question for you before I attempt this crazy challenge. Do you listen to sleep music or any meditation music when you are winding down at night? Maybe a guided sleep meditation? Or even deep sleep hypnosis tracks? I know for a lot of people, a soothing relaxation playlist or some hypnosis for sleep can be the difference between tossing and turning or falling asleep fast. Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your nighttime routines. Okay, it's the morning after. I got my 4 hours, and let me tell you, it feels weird. The first hour after waking up, adrenaline carried me through, but as soon as I tried to focus on something detailed, like writing or editing, my brain hit a wall. It's like my thoughts are swimming through molasses. Reaction time? Slower. Mood? Definitely more irritable. Energy? Crashing hard already. And here's the thing. Even though I technically slept, I know I didn't get enough to deep sleep meditation, time, or REM cycles. That's probably why I feel so off. My body didn't get the full reset it needed. So while some people might think they function fine on limited rest, the reality is that performance drops in subtle ways. Slower memory recall, poor decision-making, and more emotional reactivity. That stuff adds up. Research shows that consistent restorative sleep is linked to longer lifespan, better mental health, and improved physical recovery. That's why athletes and high performers often prioritize sleep just as much as training or diet. But here's the twist. It's not about a rigid number. Some people might thrive on 7 hours, others on 9. What matters most is how rested you feel, not whether you hit the textbook number. That's why many people explore meditation for sleep or guided meditation before bed. These practices can help signal your body that it's time to wind down, allowing you to slip into that deep sleep hypnosis faster and improve overall sleep quality. So maybe the question isn't, am I getting exactly 8 hours? But rather, am I giving myself the best shot at restorative sleep tonight? Let me throw this back to you. How do you maximize your sleep? Do you have a bedtime routine? Maybe stretching, journaling, or listening to soothing relaxation audio? Or do you just crash whenever you're tired? I'd love for you to share your methods down below, because honestly, we can all learn from each other here. Sleep is one of those universal human things, but how we approach it is incredibly personal. So, what did I learn from this little 4-hour sleep challenge? Simple. I can survive on less sleep, but I definitely can't thrive. Yes, the rule of 8 hours of sleep isn't perfect, but there is a reason it exists. It's a ballpark that works for most people. The real trick is not stressing about hitting it perfectly every single night, but making sure that when you do sleep, you make it count. That means good sleep hygiene. Dimming lights, putting away screens, maybe even adding a little guided sleep meditation or Tanya meditation for sleep into your routine. Quality matters just as much as quantity. So if you've been beating yourself up about not always hitting exactly 8, take a breath. Focus on what makes you feel restored. That's the true measure of good rest. Thanks for joining me on this little experiment. If you found this interesting, or if it made you rethink your relationship with sleep, hit that like button. And if you want more experiments, deep dives, and challenges like this, consider subscribing. And don't forget to answer those 2 big questions in the comments. Do you listen to sleep music or meditation music? And what's your #1 trick for maximizing your sleep? I'll be hanging out in the comments, and I can't wait to hear your stories. Until next time, sleep well, dream deep, and I'll see you soon.